Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 18 of SubTerra Tech, where today, we get into Mekanism. And, before we get any further, have you hit that subscribe button? Follow? Yes, yes. You. Do it. Do it right now. All right. Now that you've done that, hit that like button. Let's dive into this episode where we explore Mekanism. So, let's do it. All right, guys, jumping into this episode, I want to start off this episode with making some netherite meshes here, grabbing some gravel, and I think this should be, yeah, this is our final power star setup so far. I could possibly get more in here, but I haven't yet. I do notice, guys, in the last couple of episodes that at the speed I travel at with the red matter armor, it does cause a little bit of blurriness here. So I'm sorry about that. It's just one of those things. I'm going to just set this up in here because, it's, needed to be processed. I have a lot of gravel that I want to go through because we're going to be getting into Mekanism here. And we get sulfur dust that way, but osmium can be attained by using arc wood sieves. I have received some messages on previous episodes. How do you get arc wood sieves? And I want to talk about that real quick. I think it is in Ars Magica. The start of chapter 2 gives you all the arc wood saplings here. I'm not sure if I covered that in the previous episodes, but yes, that is where you find them at. Just so people know now where to find them at, so you can set up a processing here to get a lot of ores and that type of stuff. I'm just going to process some of this up here, and I will be right back after I get done going through all of this. And I don't think there's going to be much chance of going too much longer, but I will be right back. I've got to also toss all of this, all the ores that we get, because we'll be able to do this with them, make the osmium ore chunks and that type of stuff through processing the stuff. And I like using the 25 by 25 setup just so we can get it all done quicker. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys, getting back into this. I should have enough of the sulfur dust. I should have enough of the osmium done up. I was thinking about the sulfur because I was like, oh, where do I get the sulfur and that type of stuff at? And it's very simple. We go in here to quest, sulfur dust, check mark, we get the sulfur dust reward, which now we can actually put it into the transmutation tablet and get it. I want a EMC link here. I got a few ideas here, and so what we're going to do is get these Mekanism resource shells. At least today, that's my goal. And to be able to do that, we're going to need botanical resource shells. and make all of this stuff to get botanical gas. Botanical gas is made by melting botanical transmutation chart with sulfuric acid. To get sulfuric acid, we need sulfur trioxide and water vapors in a chemical infuser. To get the sulfur trioxide in a chemical refuser, we're going to need oxygen, sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide comes from a chemical oxidizer, and there we go. We get the sulfur dust put into the chemical oxidizers. We get this. To do all of this, we're going to need some energy and what was it? A gas. I'm trying to remember what it is. The gas pipes is pressurized pipes. That's it. Sorry guys, I have not been feeling well. I actually between last episode and this episode that I've recorded, it's been nearly a week, and mostly because wait, do I not have steel made in this yet? No. Let's first look at this. I haven't been feeling good, and so I took time off to recoup and get to feeling better and everything. Okay, so to make steel, we're going to need a metallurgic infuser, which we have here. I'm just trying to think, how can we set this up to automate it? And where do I want to set this all up? I think over here would be the ideal spot, because, I mean, it seems like the ideal spot. I think I've already started that. Like I said, I have not been feeling well lately. And I could actually set this metallurgic infuser up just to make steel. But I have a need for other metallurgic infusers. So right now, I think the ideal thing would be me doing this, setting this to the network. Okay. Let's reset this. There we go. We've got the configurations copied just in case we need it. Like, I have not been feeling good, so this is why previous episode to this current episode, I don't remember much of what I was working on, and I'm trying to get back into playing this. A lot has just happened in my real life, and one of the things is not been feeling the greatest. So let's see here. Enricher. Let's get an enricher. Enrichment chamber is steel. A couple of these basic control circuit, which is osmium. I'm hoping we have enough osmium done up. Redstone. 1, 2, 3. You know what? We'll just take that. We'll just drop one in until it does it. There we go. It's 20 per each one of these basic control circuits, which we're going to need a lot of. We're going to need a lot of this type of stuff. And I'm hoping to get through at least making the mechanical resource shell in this episode. I know we're like 10 minutes into this episode, and I'm just now getting to making some steel. Copper or coal. We'll take a stack. We'll take iron. And we'll take, like, we're going to need a lot of steel, so that much I'm aware of. But I think it is for a enrichment chamber. There we go. Oh, that actually has an EMC value to it. That's interesting. It's the only one that does, so that's kind of neat. Steel is 4 steel, so 4 of these, so 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because once the steel is produced, we can get the enrichment chamber done up. So what we first have to do is enrich these, like so, which turns them into enriched irons, uses up the carbon and everything. But let me look here. We're going to need some serious stuff here for this electrolytic separator. This one's going to be a little tricky. It's going to require us to have to go through the pulverizer, which I think we have a pulverizer, right? We have a pulverizer. Multi-press servo. We do have a pulverizer, and we can teach it the stuff for the electrolytic separator here while this is going on. So pulverizer, we're going to teach it to make osmium dust with, it needs to be done through a crusher. Okay, so that is the only way to get that. So we're going to have to make a crusher. All right, so we're just finding all of this stuff out. So let's get these steels done up. Let's get the... we'll keep the crusher there. Electrolytic separator is something... an enrichment chamber. That's what we're working on. Glass. There we go. Enrichment chamber. This is going to help out a lot because we can put in one of, say, whatever. Coal, to be exact, is one of the ones that I want to do, but we're going to do this so that we get this right here. And for some odd reason, I just like the idea that we can just get a stack of that enriched already. Super easy. Okay, so crusher, we're going to need steel casing. 2 lava buckets. Okay, so let's get this crusher made up. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Do one of these because that actually gives us 80 carbon to start with instead of 10. So it just pretty much 4 times the output. So one of those is equal to 8 coal. Really great. All right, guys. Once I get the crusher done up, I think I will take a break until I get the resources we need to make the rest of this stuff. It looks like, yeah, we're going to be making a lot of steel, so I will probably do a stack of steel and pretty much gonna run this stuff through the crusher to osmium, gold, and a iron. And yeah, I think what I'm going to pretty much do, refined obsidian, that would be actually another useful one for you guys to see. It's just osmium going through an osmium compressor, so we're going to have to get an osmium compressor to make, to make refined obsidian. We're going to need powdered obsidian with diamonds. Powdered obsidian is got from an enrichment chamber of obsidian, which we can actually send through let's get an obsidian and let's make the crusher here. Crusher, Davy Crusher. All right. Enrich this so you guys can see me making the enriched obsidian. There we go. We can pretty much now make plenty of powdered obsidian. You know, whatever we can teach to this system, I like that to get away from. So we've got plenty of powdered obsidian to make the enriched stuff. So we can just go diamond. I think we will be able to do... No, we have to refine, enrich the diamond to get enriched diamond. The enriched diamond would go in there. We're able to take 8 of these guys, like so, and run them through, and then we can get the enriched obsidian. So therefore we got refined obsidian dust, and we can actually send this through an enrichment chamber to get that. So yeah, let me make some steel. I'm gonna make a stack of it, and I will be right back, and we'll see how much time is left in this episode. Okay, for this project, let's get the stuff. I should have everything I need now to make all of this. I want the personal chest. There we go. We've got chemical oxidizer. We're going to need the electrical separator. There we go. We need a rotary condenser, just one. Yeah, there we go. We have that now. The chemical infuser, we're going to need 2 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of those. And uh-oh. I did not make enough of those. Hmm. I'm gonna have to do some osmium up here. I guess and also if you notice how fast these are going, that's because I've added speed upgrades to them. Okay, so there we go. There's our second chemical infuser. And we're gonna need 1 chemical dissolution chamber. And I just noticed I did not make any refined obsidian. And pointed out that we're going to need these refined obsidian here. I just need an obsidian compressor. And if you saw that right there, let me add that to the list here. It requires these advanced control circuits, which should be easy for us to make. There we go. We're going to need the obsidian compressor. We'll set this here. Or osmium compressor. We're going to need some osmium. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to make osmium between episodes to turn into the one thing. So, we need 4 of these guys. 4 of these should be enough. No, we're gonna need at least 4 more osmium. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hmm. All right. I was just looking at something a little bit confused. Okay, so we're gonna need some atomic alloys, which we're going to need the reinforced alloys to make the atomic alloys. The reinforced alloys, we're gonna need diamond with infused alloys. So we're going to take 2 infused alloys. We're gonna do up a diamond. Go here. And yeah, we're gonna just dump those. And really, how many of these do we need? 40. Ooh. Okay, so I shouldn't have done that. Put that in there. So we're going to need 8 of those done up. Put those in there. I actually already had the reinforced obsidian. I should have used that instead. All right. Which actually I do need to use. We're going to be needing to. We are going to be needing to make a couple more of those. All right. There's the reinforced alloys. We can dump this out, put those in there. There we go. Now, we should be able to now make this. Oh, nope, nope. We're gonna need, we're gonna need 4 of those, so I'm making serious progression here on forgetting stuff today. And I wanted to do this with you guys. All right, so therefore we got 4 of those. So now, the chemical dissolution chamber, we're going to need these, which we're going to need these. So we're going to need some osmium. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these. I'm glad I gave these speed upgrades, which really is speeding this up. All right, so there we go. We got the second one of these. Now, okay, so therefore we got the elite control circuits. This now gets these. There we go. Got those, and now all we need is this. Chemical dissolution chamber, and then this would all go into a purification chamber, which needs an enrichment chamber. So, purification chamber. And really, am I honestly that short? All right. I know it's well over the time limit now. You guys might be closing in on the time limit. All right. There we go. Should have the purification chamber. So now we just have to go over here to this room where we're going to set it all up. We start with the chemical oxidizers. So we'll set up chemical oxidizer right here. We'll set up, if you notice here, it needs power. So we'll set this up with power on top. Right click. Behind it, we're going to put the infinite or the final EMC link, because we really don't care how fast we waste EMC nowadays. And apparently I forgot the wrench. There we go. Pipe wrench. Back it into here. And of course. All right, see, that's the wrong thing. Malcore, that's the wrong thing. You want the chemical oxidizer. And we go in here, we can set up the site config to input on the back. The rest of this we'll set for output. And we're going to make sure that this gets sulfur. So this is going to be getting the sulfur pumped into here. We notice that it's not going so fast, so we'll just go in here to items and we'll put the ultimate type upgrade. All right, so now this is getting sulfur dioxide. That sulfur dioxide needs to go into a chemical infuser. Chemical infuser, here's the first one. That chemical infuser will go right here. We're gonna set the... I have the sink. Didn't I have the sink on me? Thought I had a sink. All right. Actually, the sink will go here. And it will get combined with oxygen, which we need the electrical separator for. So we got to make sure that that one's not attached over there. This one gets to being pulled out from. And we can set that this gets a pull out. All right, so now we're going to set the hydrogen to dump the excess. We are going to tell it gases. It can't eject. I'm making sure that this didn't get any of the gases. Good. It can't eject any of the gases. And we want the front to be an output for 2 because that's the oxygen. So we want it to eject on 2. And the others we want off. Now it can be eject on. We can take this and pull out from this as well to pull out the sulfur. And the back. Oh, okay. Back, we're going to say input on both of these. And we can add power to both of these items. Okay, so right here. No, not right there. We want it on top. And I know you guys are saying, Malkor, you were doing a Super Factory Manager last episode. Why not with this as well? We could. But, you know, I like to try to make this different. All right, so now we're getting the sulfur trioxide here from this, where we're getting this hydrogen. Or the oxygen from this, the sulfur from this, making it into the sulfur trioxide. So we're at to the sulfur trioxide, which we're going to need another chemical infuser. that can be set right beside it. And we can say gases. We can input on the left the one side, which will be the sulfur trioxide. So we can come in here, gases, say this is an output. And we can see the sulfur trioxide go into here. And on the back, we can set the rotary condenser here. And this made liquid oxygen. No. We want this to make water. So we need to go grab a gauge to pull that out. At Mekanism. All right. There we go. And we can take this gauge right here. Come over here to this. And now we should be getting, yeah, the water vapor, which is what we want. And we can drop that into there. All right, eject one. All right, and we can say on this one, we can say the front is input gas output and we can set up a power right there. And we can set this gases. Back will be an input on that. We're getting the water vapor in here, which is giving us the sulfuric acid. Which now we can set up a flux point. Tap that. And lastly, oh, okay. Okay, so I see the order. It's a chemical dissolution chamber with the sulfuric acid right here. And then a purification chamber right beside it. And we can attach the flux points on top of those guys. And we'll just set these up so that this gets a side config, input, output, auto eject on. We've got to go in here where we can say side config gases, right is output. Sulfuric acid is going in here. Configured right, input, output, input, input. All right, and if we go over here, get a botanial shard. We need 5 of those. Yeah, we can get 5 of these. And I really need to see if there's an easy way of getting those shells besides what we currently have. But we can put these in here. And the sulfuric acid will pump out the botanical gases. And we can put in this now. Yeah. So we're just waiting on this to process the last of that. And there we go. We got the magical resource shell, and we've got we've got a lot more of this gas than we should, but anyway. And that's what that gauge is going to be useful for. So now with that, we can now turn these into these resources. And one of the first ones I want to make is the osmium, which requires blocks of osmium. Apparently, I don't think we have enough of this gas, or enough for the gas that we're going to need. But we can put the 5 of those in there. We can come in here and take that out. Put this in here. And what I'm going to do between episodes is finish this up, get the osmium resource shell completed, or the osmium resource core, so which is just going to require me to sieve a lot more gravel. Or we can take what is it? Dark? No. It's a cobble. It's this cobble deep slate, which gives us the best chance, but we required gravel or crushed deep. Yeah, it's just going to turn that into gravel there. So we're just going to take gravel. For some odd reason, this is messing up again. Every time this messes up, you have to break this and reset it, just so if you guys have that issue. I think we'll just take 5, go in here. I'm going to do this between episodes real quick. If you notice here, we've made an improvement over that since the start of this episode while I was waiting for those resources to get done. Very, very super easy to get these done. I'm just hoping to get the osmium one. Everything else can pretty much wait in here. I don't need it. And I know that a lot of people go, but that's a waste of resources, and you're absolutely right.
Stop wasting resources.
But I honestly look at it this way. I'm in here more for the osmium of all things, so uh no, osmium, there we go. 9 more. Don't think that's gonna be enough. But what we'll do is come over here I want to see. Okay, so we only have 5 osmium. I wanted to do this on camera so you guys could see this. We've only put 9 of those in. We get 18. So super cheesy to get a decent amount of osmium. So I'm gonna process this stuff up. I'm gonna finish up that osmium, and I will be back next episode, guys. If you've liked this episode, hit that like button. If you dislike this episode, go right ahead, hit that dislike button. Let me know why you disliked it down in the comments. And until next time. Oh yeah, like, follow, subscribe. We're trying to get to the 1,000 subscribers mark. And until next time, later, Gators.